Long live the spirit of Collins Chabane, long live. Long live the spirit of Collins, the animal Chabane, long live. Thank you, Program Director, Honorable President of the Republic and of the ANC, leaders of the ANC, National Executive Committee officials, and also leaders of the ANC in the province, leaders of COSATU, leaders of the SACP, Second Deputy General Secretary of the SACP, Comrade Soli Mapaila, and all other leaders, veterans of our movement, leaders of our society and government, the family, the wife, the children of Comrade Collins Chabane. On Sunday morning, between 2:30 and 3, I received a call, and on the other side, it was the Director General in the Presidency who was talking and couldn't say what exactly was the reasons for his call. And I could put together and make an idea of what he was saying. And I hung up the phone and I called him again because I wanted him to reassure me that indeed what he was telling me, he was certain of. And then he confirmed when I called him again that Comrade Collins Chabane is no more, and that because I am in Polokwane, because of the work of the movement that we had come to do, that he asked me to go to the scene to check what has happened. When I arrived there, I received a detailed briefing from the police, who were extremely technical about what happened. And most of the things that they said at the time, I can't even remember. About 2 motor vehicles carrying so many occupants, passengers, and all sorts of things. Because at that time I had already seen what was left of Comrade Collins' car. And I was anxious to confirm that it was him, but also hesitant at the reality that we may have lost one of the rarest breed within our movement. When I went on to see him and confirm that it was him, together with his 2 protectors, something in me died. I probably have the misfortune that, yes, we see Comrade Collins here smiling. But each time I think of that day, each time I think of that morning, it is that face that was lifeless. It is that brain that has stopped to function. It is that cadre whose work has been stopped in its track. It is that soldier who knew that putting on the uniform of Umkhonto weSizwe is not a fashion statement, but it is a military action to end an oppressive and exploitative system of apartheid. That to put on military regalia is not about brandishing and bragging about what you stand for, but it is about facing real ammunition in the bush, something which me and those who are of my age may probably never ever experience because of the dedication and commitment of Comrade Collins. The first time I saw Comrade Collins, it was in a Youth League conference in 1994 when he was the provincial secretary of the ANC, and he was speaking at that conference. And right in the middle of his speech, he burst out in this very short laughter, which amused me. No one laughs at a joke that he has just made the way in which Comrade Collins laughed. It was not even a paragraph laugh, it was an exclamation. And then it ended there. And the next time when I saw him, it was in 1996. I think I was 15 years old at the ANC conference in Tibumbeni, where I saw the animal at work. And he was summarizing a very huge report that was going to be presented at that conference, overnight, reproduced, and ultimately presented. And such was the nature of the cadre that we have lost. Very few leaders come and go without us remembering anything that had happened between their coming and going. And yet, this humble servant of our people, this humble servant of the movement, this humble father and husband has always ensured that with humility, with humbleness, he dedicates himself to the needs, interests, and aspirations of our people. Never an opportunist, never a populist. At all times, he would be sitting there quietly and silently, and yet his interventions will forever be memorable. And his interventions would ultimately be what guides the meeting, what guides society, and also what influences the course of our history. The greatest monument we can build for Comrade Collins is to go back to basics, is to remember that the challenges that confront our movement need a special type of a cadre, is to reinvest our resources in the political education and training of our cadres, especially young cadres. There's no other way in which we can expose the weaknesses of those who are opposed to our discourse except having well-trained cadres of our movement. They will shout, they will hurl insults, they will bang tables because that's all that they know. We are soldiers, we are better equipped intellectually and otherwise to be able to engage them, to be able to expose the fury that their arguments and their positions contains. So our investment into political education should be the key monument which we pay to Comrade Collins. The second monument we should pay is to build a cadre in the public service that will serve the needs, interests, and aspirations of our people without expecting any reward, without pursuing personal interests, and without corrupting the system. The last monument we can pay is to serve our people with compassion and to serve our people with dedication without expecting any form of reward, without expecting that our personal wishes would or should be the wishes of those whom we lead. Yes, whatever challenges that this community faces, those would be resolved. Those would be resolved, but they would require the level-headedness and the maturity of Comrade Collins. May his soul rest in peace.